I am in competition with no one. I have no desire to play the game of being better than anyone. I am simply trying to be better than the person I was yesterday. The universe's roll of the dice gave us a stroke. Regardless of what caused the stroke. Recovery from stroke is a lifelong process. For many people, recovery begins with formal rehabilitation. It is important for us and our family to know that no matter where we are in our recovery journey, there is always hope. Learn as much as you can about stroke and recovery and the resources that are available. After surviving a stroke, you and your family may feel like you're on an emotional roller coaster. This is normal. Shortly after the stroke, survivors and families begin to comprehend their personal losses and go through a grieving process, much like those who have experienced death or divorce. Recognizing common stages of grief can help you better cope with the emotional changes that go along with it. Friends can gain insight into the grieving process as well, so they can better understand your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You may not go through every stage or each stage in order. One stage doesn't abruptly stop so the next can begin. Rather, grieving is a gradual healing process that takes time and work. Each person moves at his or her own rate and form. Stage 1. Shock. Shock usually occurs during the initial phase of hospitalization or rehabilitation. A feeling of helplessness may accompany the shock. During this time, the support of family and friends is extremely important. Stage 2. Denial. Not being able to believe that something terrible has happened after a crisis and great loss is normal. Denial offers you and your family a psychological way to escape the overwhelming aspects of the disability. The only thing that matters now is getting well. You may be much more motivated to work toward recovery than to learn to function with a disability. The focus should be on today, the here and now. Focus on essentials and the new realities you now must face. Stage 3. Reaction. This stage begins when you and your family start to realize the full impact of the disability. The most common psychological reactions are anger, bargaining with God or others, depression, and then eventual mourning of losses and changes. If these reactions interfere with rehabilitation or usual activities, it is important to be evaluated, and if necessary, treated by a mental health professional. Stage 4. Mobilization. This is the stage when you may say, "Okay, I want to live, show me how." You might become more eager to learn during this stage. When family members reach this stage, they begin to show more interest in learning how to help you. This is often a good time to try short trips or outings. Stage 5. Acceptance. Acceptance is the final stage of the grieving process. This is when you and your family learn to live with the disability the stroke has caused. One stroke survivor said, "The way I look at it, you have two choices. You may say to yourself, 'Oh, to hell with it. I'll just be a cripple for the rest of my life.' Or you can say, 'I'm going to do as much as I can, and when I reach my limit, then I'm going to see how much I can do within that limit.'" Acceptance isn't a one-time thing, and it doesn't mean a person won't sometimes have strong feelings about any changes, losses, or problems that remain. Rather, it means those feelings no longer take hold of us and keep us from feeling hopeful and grateful about being alive. Behavior changes. Behavior changes can result from many things, including depression, which can be due to either emotional reactions or physical injury to the brain, resulting from the stroke. It's important for you and your family members to learn to tell the difference between these two causes. Depression. An often overlooked, yet extremely common condition after stroke is depression. It can be overwhelming, affecting the spirit and confidence of everyone involved. There is a certain amount of depression or despair that is a normal part of the grieving process. Low self-regard, harsh self-criticism, the desire to hide or isolate yourself. These emotions can prevent you from engaging in activities that might actually help increase your self-esteem. This can be a dangerous cycle, as depression results in increasing isolation and despair. Depressed feelings are a normal part of grief, but when they seem to go on and on, it is necessary to seek professional help. What to do about depression? Family can help by trying to stimulate your interest in other people, encourage leisure activities, and, where it fits your values and lifestyle, provide opportunities to participate in spiritual activities. You might consider attending a stroke support group to help with depression. Some depression may be treated with a combination of individual or group therapy and/or antidepressant drugs. Counseling is extremely helpful in treating depression. It can also be very helpful to deal with the painful and self-defeating emotions of depression by developing new perspectives and ways of experiencing yourself as strong, valuable, and whole again. At first glance, it may seem backwards to try to change how you feel by changing how you act. But there are some simple ways to combat depression by changing your actions. Be as physically active as possible. Set goals and structure time to provide a way of measuring real accomplishments. Schedule daily activities to provide structure and a sense of purpose. Enjoy social activities that provide stimulation and help enhance language recovery and self-esteem. Changes in thinking and behavior resulting from stroke. Certain changes you experience could be related to the brain damage caused by your stroke. Those changes may include apathy. Strokes can affect the parts of the brain that get us going, stimulate our interest in things, and drive us to want to be active and stay involved in the world. Post-stroke apathy is different from depression, although it may look very much like it, and may require an evaluation by a neuropsychologist to sort it out. Treatment may be different from that for depression. Memory loss. You may need reminders or prompts to finish a sentence or certain tasks. Doing things in a more highly structured manner may help. Perception and concentration problems. These are common after stroke. Social situations can be especially difficult for people with these problems. Choose to attend small, quiet, slow-paced gatherings. One-sided neglect. Damage to the right side of the brain can cause you to neglect literally half, usually the left side, of your world. You may ignore the left side of the face when washing, or may not eat food on the left side of the plate. If you move your head to the left, neglected objects usually become noticed. Emotional lability, also called pseudo-bulbar effect, or PBA. Sudden laughing or crying for no apparent reason and difficulty controlling emotional responses are common after stroke. Oddly, there may be no real mood changes involved, and the emotional display may end very quickly. Medicine may be prescribed to help the problem, though it frequently lessens and may go away on its own over time. Please give me a favor by subscribing to my YouTube channel, SDK Online Teaching Institute.